Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to this week's Techy Trot. This week we're going to be looking at digital accessibility and accessible computer technology. My name is Nick Baumgartner, and I'm the manager of accessible technology here at Ball State University, and I'm going to take you through a little bit about what we do. So Disability Services serves about 1,500 of our students, and each of those students are eligible to receive services that are offered here in digital accessibility at the ACT lab. That's accessible computer technology. We're located in Robert Bell, room 168. And I thought that I would show you a few of the things that we have for students with specific disabilities. Here we are. Okay, so our first station here is meant for wheelchair users. As you can see, there's a little lever on the right side, which makes that table adjustable from very high to very low, depending on the chair height or any other specific needs. We also have some other adaptive keyboard and mice if a student has limited range of motion. Next to our accessible height station, we have a video magnifier. As you see, there's a piece of paper on the little gray tray that has a camera above it that magnifies and displays a enlarged image on the screen. As you can see, this is great for not just looking at charts, but even doing things like filling out forms. This is one of our workstations. Specifically on the right, we have a high-speed document scanner. The ACT lab scans hundreds of books a year for students into accessible format, and a lot of it happens right here, where we'll go to our friends at the Copy Center, and they will physically unbind books for students that would benefit from them being non-digital format. We come over here, we come into the scanner, scan everything in, and then edit it, and then students will then have accessible digital copies of their textbooks. We also do some specialized production specifically for blind students. This is a Braille production called the Tactile Graphic. As you see, the Latin characters have been replaced with the Braille code, and in the actual graph itself, a lot of the lines have been darkened and a few lines have been added in, whereas the width, the darkness, and the texture of the line will help convey image to someone who couldn't otherwise see that. So that's an actual tactile graphic we gave to a student on the left, and we run it through a special machine with special paper that makes everything that has black raise up off of the page, which makes it able to be felt. And then here's our other production materials. We can do large print. We're doing large print music production right now. We can also do any sort of Braille production that a student could ask for. So that's just the quick tour of the room. I also want to show you really quickly our reader program called Kurzweil. I just have a random, one second here. I just have a random psychology book pulled up right here. So basically we scan the book in, and then the student can go through, they can highlight, they can take notes, they can copy paste, but then they can also hit this little play button and have a very high quality synthesized voice read this book to the student. And there's also a speed control so that the robotic voice can actually read extremely fast, certainly much faster than I can recognize it by the ear, but some people can listen to these books extremely fast. So we also do some other things that aren't necessarily about providing specific technology services. And we do maintain all of our institutional licenses of our educational technology. We have a screen reader that's available to any blind student on campus for free. That's called JAWS. That will basically take visual elements or text elements on a screen that a blind person wouldn't normally be able to see, and it will read that to them out loud. So we have that. We have the Kurzweil suite, and then we can also do any sort of other access consultations with faculty, just to get students set up in their courses so that they feel comfortable and that they're being included in the educational experience. So anyways, if you're a professor and your student brings you a disability accommodation later, I certainly think that it's worth the 2 seconds of asking, well, have you ever used the ACT lab? They have some interesting stuff down there. If you haven't heard about it, you should go check them out. That's ACT lab at bsu.edu, Robert Bell, room 168. And also our phone is 765-285-6124. Thanks for spending some time with me.